Hi, I'm Ben from Second Dynasty. In 2017, you helped launch Second Dynasty with Starship. And since then, we've delivered over 10 fully realized 28mm scale Starships. Now, we're excited to introduce GridForge, a revolutionary upgrade. GridForge is our next generation modular system that makes customizing your tabletop adventures effortless. With friction fit inserts and modular frames, you can swap floors and furniture in seconds, bringing speed and creativity to every game session. Plus, GridForge is fully backwards compatible with OpenLock tiles and our TNG system, so it can be used across all our existing products. Our base pledge starts with over 180 meticulously crafted 3D printable parts to get you started on your journey. Get more bang for your buck with the all-in pledge, including the breathtaking Hyperion Sphere and the upgrade to the Shuttle Alpha Mark IV. The Hyperion Sphere is a 3-floor masterpiece designed for ultimate versatility with stackable decks for tabletop play. We're also revisiting our classics like the Shuttle Alpha Mark IV. The GridForge compatible upgrade transforms it so you can easily customize your ship. We need your help to bring more floor tiles and items to GridForge. All unlocks are included with every pledge. GridForge launches exclusively on MyMiniFactory's Frontiers platform. No waiting, no hassle, just innovation at your fingertips. So join us today and take your adventures to the next level. Hi, I'm Ben from Second Dynasty.
Well, there you have it, guys. Hi, welcome to the GridForge release live stream. I've got to pep up a little bit and get excited because we are going live very soon with our MyMiniFactory Frontier. Guys, if you're in the chat, give a shout out, say hi. What did you think of the video? I'm electric. Let's see, and on the line too, we have John. So John, do you want to say hello?
Hello to everyone that's joined us on this most joyous day filled with the forge that is gridded.
Yes, there we go. I popped it out, so hopefully people can see you there now. We will make you a little bit smaller.
I'm okay with being minified by you.
Yeah, I really probably should be chopping this up and putting it on the other screen here, so let me just add another source real quick, and let's see. It's almost like we should have prepared this ahead of time, isn't it, guys?
We don't need to prepare anything. Shergal says it was a fun video. Solo Spirit, shocking. and Trainer said it was amazing. It was the best, incredible, the best video he's ever produced or mixed. And that whoever was to make that, I agree with him. Whoever made that video, not the actual images in it, but like the transition choices, the music choice mixing, the video editing, that person's a god. They deserve every single follow and subscribe to whatever journey they're on.
Yes, indeed. Indeed. Oh, I've added the wrong thing. Now I've just got to remember what I want. I want not a display capture. Would it be game capture maybe? Or window capture, there we go. And we want, the Discord one, there we go. People should be seeing this. Now I need to get you to a more manageable size, John.
I'm always manageable, sir.
Well, I would debate that.
Prop me with your OBS powers.
Yes, my amazing... People just joining in this stream are going to be a bit confused. So, whilst I'm fixing this, why don't you tell us a little bit about your wonderful project, John? And actually in the background, maybe I could... why didn't I prepare a link to the page?
Yes. Well, you can't link to it just yet.
I can show our version, though.
Yes, that's true. We are absolutely thrilled to be launching GridForge. Now, this is Ben always trying to say, "Oh, it's my thing." John's saying, "No, it is a Second Dynasty thing, and it's an amazing thing. It's a game changer for tabletop adventures." We are going to be able to put things together quickly. It's a modular frame and friction fit insert system that lets you change out floors really quick on large ships, and people have really taken well to it. We have seen people make, it was Doug, I believe, made the Shuttle Alpha into a GridForge thing all on his own, and then we redid it in our standard. I think we did a little bit better job, Doug. Don't be too mad at us. But then Shergal made an entire new Kandula ship thing, which is not part of this thing, but it shows how quick and easy it is to make new ships. We are loving what's going on, and it's what else do you want to know? Oh, and GridForge isn't launching just by itself. It's launching with the Hyperion Sphere. You know what? It looks like you're already ready, Ben.
No, I've got to fix your window.
Oh, you're trying to fix me? Okay. Well, I gotta keep going. It has the Hyperion Sphere, which is from the tribe. Please remember to subscribe to our tribe. It's the best way to get the best discounts in this campaign. And we also have the Shuttle Alpha we're done with it. I think we're now up to 190 something pieces now because we've added a few more pieces in the last minute. And this is just wonderful. This is something that Ben let me play with around on, and he helped with, and he made it better. And Albin helped with so many different things. I think he helped guide the intern to make something wonderful. And I think, didn't Albin make a few GridForge items? I think he made part of the Shuttle Alpha as well. He did a great work on that. I was looking at the parts. And yes, I don't give any Tigger warnings because Tiggers are wonderful things.
They are, unless you're in China. And then you can, just by association, get cancelled.
I've been grayed out. I think it's because you've minimized the window. You can't minimize me, but you can put other windows on top of me.
I can put other windows on top of you. There we go.
Yes.
Although I needed to get the chat up. Does that look alright?
Yes, that works correct.
It's grayed out
You've
again.
done it. Oh well. I'll just be gray today.
Okay. Let's see. Is it now grayed out?
I see myself. Hello, me.
Okay, good. Because I'd like... No, you're out again. I can't view the chat directly. Actually, is it on now?
If you make the chat not a full window,
there we go.
Not true, it will keep both of us.
Yeah. I may not be able to answer the chat in the chat, which I don't really need to do.
More whoosh, more click. Absolutely sure, gal.
Okay, so, we have this prepped finally, which is wonderful. The page itself will be up shortly. John, are you able to communicate with Harry in the meantime? So, because the plan is to go live in 5 minutes, but it's MyMiniFactory. We know that the delays could be anything from 2 minutes to 2 hours.
Oh, don't worry about that. I have all the secret keys. What's this button do?
John messing around in the background. So I think John explained things about GridForge pretty well. And the thing that really excites me about this, and as I've got more engaged with this project, because way back when John was actually visiting us here, he first sort of pitched this idea, and we developed it using our Second Dynasty hours, if you want to call it that. So John is still the brainchild, even if this is a Second Dynasty product. But yeah, it addresses a number of issues that I have found frustrating over the years, and I'm sure you have too. And one of these things is the simple fact that once you assemble our largest ships, if you want to change a layout or customize a layout, it's a rather frustrating process because you basically have to disassemble part of the ship, like take that deck off, disassemble it, switch out the tiles. And this is an issue with OpenLock in general. Nothing as a slight against OpenLock, it served us well. We're not planning to move away from the system. Everything is OpenLock compatible. But the idea that, for example, you could on the fly customize the contents of a cabin or furniture, this system lets you do that. It also lets you do something else, which was really exciting when John premiered an adventure for us. in a little system that didn't quite make it to this this frontier. One of the reasons why we didn't add it in the end is because we didn't want to confuse the product. The product is GridForge. And,
right, the game is its own side thing. Though I do want to mention it was a total party kill, which is always a great first session.
Is it? Is it? Was it? I mean, we all survived by being subsumed into the Benjaminin. We'll live on in some ways. So I just want to show how easy this thing is to use. And there are, is there 6 or 7 different tightness levels?
7. 0 is the loosest, designed for quick, easy change. And 7 is, oh my goodness, this is not coming back out again.
Yeah. So forgive me, I'm going to switch to close up so I can show this off. And I'm sorry it's not brighter in here, but our ceiling lights flicker so much. So this is a size 3. And you can see here, I have a tile which refuses to focus as usual. There we go. And all you do is just clip it into the hole, right? You can see on the other side. And depending on the amount of give in the version you use, so if you use 0 and I turn this upside down like so, it would fall out. Basically, the highest level would require almost like a hammer to get out. And this is a nice in-between where it can have some give. Like a floor tile will probably stay in, but furniture or something slightly heavier will come out. You just gently press it from underneath, or you can wedge it out from the side. And then, you know, that frees it up again. So here we go. And here are a few tiles I knocked out today, which we may or may not have in the stretch goals. So a little bit more 40k-ish. Unlocks. Oh god. I hate that they didn't use the same terminology as everywhere else, but yeah, we've got a couple of different ones with new floors and some conversions of some of our equipment. So we'll see how things go today. Sorry? Oh my god, live in 1 minute. Then, yeah, I guess we get to go to our, let's turn off the preview and go to the reservation. How do people get the discount codes? How does that work,
They
John?
automatically get sent the discount code.
Right, so guys, if you're watching live, do not just buy it straight away. Check your email. Because the discount codes will be in there. Is that including, the Tribes one's already been sent out?
The Tribes one's been sent out way in advance, so no one can be confused about that.
So if you are a tribe member, the early bird discount is 40%. Or is it a discount in general? It's only the all-in pledge, right?
The Tribe discount is 40% off the all-in pledge, the regular all-in pledge, bringing it to $45.
Okay. That's great.
The pre-marketing sign-up page gets the early bird to 25% off the all-in pledge.
Excellent. Excellent, excellent. So, we don't have to do very much except hit refresh, refresh, refresh. Hey, it's live. There you go, guys. Get in on it. You got 32 days left. So...
Oh no! We failed! Time to close up shop!
Yeah. There's just 3 tiers, one of which is the early bird all-in. Not shown here is that the all-in actually does include Shuttle Alpha Mark IV as the base ship. It's not quite evident from the image, but it is included. So if you don't own it already, it's a bonus there. We always have this situation where we can't account for every single person in our audience. So there may be people that already own these 2 ships. The whole point of the 40% discount is if you are in that edge case where you own those ships, you're not going to be paying twice for it, essentially. And not to mention if you get in on the early bird action, it's cheaper anyway. So the other thing to take into account is, well, I mean, if you are in that position where you don't own those ships for some reason, I guess if you're in the tribe though, you would automatically own the sphere because it was this month's release. So it may be a case of some people are getting bonus Shuttle Alpha Mark IVs. We're really sorry if you already own it. It's just one of those situations where we can't appease everyone, and we thought it better to include it rather than give you something that's not usable. Anyway, let us... I guess the
Sergio
refresh
just
is going to take
reported that the discount code didn't work, so I'm going to check to see what's gone wrong.
Alright, so that'll be why we're still at the 0. So yeah, does anyone in the chat have questions regarding how... what the system is, how it works? Is it
you can't choose the early bird at all. You have to only choose the regular all-in pledge.
Oh, that's not obvious. Yeah, okay, sorry guys. So the code doesn't work with early bend.
Right, it only works with the regular all-in.
Yeah. There you go. Pulsifer got in first. Thank you, my friend. Oh, you went for the full price.
How people are. You know how they are.
I know. Much appreciated. But, John, can you tell us a little bit about the licensing with this thing?
Sure thing. We actually even put it on the page. We want this to grow, so we're going to make it to be where it's more open than ever before. Since we did not use open lock slots or clips, we can be a little bit larger. All you have to do is contact us to get our template tiles. You don't need to actually contact us. We're going to eventually put those template tiles up somewhere people can download them, probably on like maybe printables or something like that, somewhere we can easily put the license. But the template tiles will be licensed under the Creative Commons Attribution 4.0 International License. What does this mean? It means you can make your own floors, make your own furniture, entirely new designs, and sell them commercially without having to get approval from Second Dynasty. You just got to attribute that the GridForge template tiles came from GridForge by Second Dynasty. Then we're also going to have the base grids and the support eclipse, not the support eclipse to open lock, but just the standard support eclipse and the base grids will be under the Creative Commons Attribution Share Alike 4.0 International License. This one's a little more restricted because it's designed to where no one can take the grids away and make something a little different and then lock it down. All of the grids and clips will always be open to where anything that benefits, like we make a slightly better version of the spring clip, it benefits everyone. If another company makes a slightly different size, maybe they make their own size 7 or size 8, they have to release it under that same license. So all of us would the benefit, enjoy GridForge, expand it, grow it. You don't actually need permission from us to get a license. It's already licensed out for you.
Exactly. We just want to create something that everyone can use, and obviously the more people that discover the system and use it, the more cross-compatibility we have with other people's products and vice versa, and I think it serves the community as a whole. So no need to get proprietary with that, and I think it's a solid choice for our situation. And I'm really looking forward to seeing how people respond to the system. I don't think we showed off... Yeah, here it is. Shergol, for example, there's some images there of his very awesome... I was going to say open look for a second there. GridForge customized version of the lab ship layout. Now, a lot of these are custom tiles that have been made just for this. Some of them are not even Second Dynasty tiles, but it does show the versatility and how relatively easy it should be to convert things. Backed all in with a tribe discount. Thank you, Tamsin. Much appreciated. And it was really fun to do this. Actually, I think somewhere I had a clip, but I'm not sure what it's called. Oh, here it is. Let's see, I need to open this one. Open with VLC.
Hi, I'm Ben from Second Dynasty. I'm not compensating for anything.
So awesome. I'm watching people
Hi.
are going to it. I'm as pleased as punch can be.
I don't know if that video came through or not. I hope it did.
I don't know.
So, because I keep having to move your window on top. Yeah, okay, they're laughing, so. Yeah, it did. It did. Excellent. You have no idea what that was, John, do you?
No, because I only have one monitor right now.
Ah.
And I have other things that I'm looking at the campaign. No compensation.
Yeah, it was an outtake from when Hannes and I recorded the video. So I just said, "Hi, I'm Ben from Second Dynasty," and then I pointed to the slate near, and I'm not compensating for anything.
Oh my goodness. I wouldn't even hear that because it won't play because I have the YouTube.
Well, John, now you know, and I reenacted it for you.
Thank you. Now I'm going to laugh as laugh. Ha.
Not disturbing at all. All right, so, yeah, this is the exciting thing with this. Now, this is not Kickstarter, so as much as we appreciate the 7 awesome pioneers that have started already, this is going to trickle in. Then MyMiniFactory is going to send out and put this on their front page later today. It's usually about 8 p.m. our time. So there's a good chance that it's not going to have the same big hockey
It's now
stick
up on
effect.
the homepage.
It's now on the homepage. There you go. So we would expect that it will trickle in things. Pioneers as the days unwind and whatnot. But we're really hoping to get, some new people in and interested. Obviously, notifications are via email, so people have to open up and check and that sort of thing. So it's not going to be the big boom that you get with, say, Kickstarter, which is usually the way on Frontiers. However, the big difference aside from that is when you back, you get the files straight away. So this is not a case of, but you guys have other campaigns and you're still delivering for that. We've had some interesting weeks the last couple of weeks, but the vast majority of the material for this campaign was already made. So it hasn't been taken away from, for example, the Fifth Frontier War. Most of the stuff for that is actually from third-party sculptors. We're in the process of organizing the files, and we do have a bunch of new stuff to show this week. We'll probably do an update tomorrow, showing some of the new sculpts, especially if you like Space Vikings. And yeah, I'm excited to see how the community is going to react to this thing. And I thought, just to pass the time, that we would look at a couple of things. I thought we would work on a new tile, and we'll check that out in a second. But in the background here, I just want to open something up because I usually like to show off what I've been working on in the background. And this is more a long-term preview.
Thanks, Stormy Smith.
But this is just a work in progress sort of Maya file. A lot of our files have been done in Blender for this one, so it's a little bit of back and forth. And in the meantime, my other Maya copy is currently loading.
Are you really trying to load 2 copies of Maya while streaming?
I do it all the time, John. Now, what it can't do is 2 copies of Maya and anything that's from Adobe. That will definitely kill the stream. So yeah, let's just see. Finally, my baby is finished being converted. I just wanted to show this because it's so cool. I might even up the gamma to 2 so you guys can see it more clearly.
Loading 2 instances of Maya while streaming is how you get that lightning finger thingy.
Exactly. So yeah, this is Sleep now, fully converted now. Well, I say fully converted, but We're not making this available at this time, but if we, for example, kill all of these decks, and there's probably going to be a few items here, I just realized that I haven't stuck over. Let's see, that's got to be on the nose. That's just an extra part we can delete. These two should be on the bridge 2 section. And we can see down into the deck here. Why? Oh, this is animated, is it? It's a visibility thing. There's some leftovers from when there were additional files in this scene. I think there's a bit of an airlock there too. Yeah, let me just get rid of that. There we go. So this is the airlock deck of Sleipnir, which was a ship we put out in 2020. It is an Expanse style ship. That was the main inspiration. I think you can kind of tell from the suit room in front of the airlock. But the big major difference is that the floor tiles are actually GridForge. And whilst I don't have the actual GridForge flooring in everywhere, sorry, the frames rather, we need to be careful with this terminology because we keep mixing it up internally, yet alone publicly. But I have meticulously gone through and customized each of these decks, and we found out this year that our most popular ship for 2024 was the Sleipnir. And we're going to be doing something different in February, trying out BackerKit as a platform. And we are going to do an Expanse style ship. Now I know what you guys are thinking, what about Persephone? And the simple fact of the matter is, with a ship as big as Persephone, we can't launch it in February. It is a quieter time of the year, and also we need more time to get Persephone right. So it has been delayed until May, June, I would expect, is around about the window for that. But we will be doing another tail sitter. And a part of the whole reason why I converted all of this is to build a new ship in the Sleipnir style. So not only has it got a bunch of new shaders, there's also, and at the same time we're going to put out the GridForge version of Sleipnir. So it'll be available either as an upgrade kit, but it also will come with a bunch of improved parts. Like, for example, the nose here. All of these little antenna print separately. You know, these don't print on the base. They use an open lock clip and some plugs just to sort of fit into place. So, number of different improvements to make this ship much better than it was. And I just wanted to show off the layout and that because I don't want to wait until Friday. So that's the airlock deck. Looks like we need to assign some of these files. Make sure that it's all in the right layers. So let's put that on airlock there. That should disappear. This is now the crew deck on deck 3. You can see we've got bunks. We've got some doors in between, we've got some freshers. And next level down, again, we've just got some items we need to add to our layer. We've got the med bay, looking quite different than it used to look.
It's so colorful.
One of the huge improvements too is that there is more room. I've actually gone into the walls, integrated a few things. The idea is, the old version, you couldn't fit a miniature in this nook. Now you can. And that is the case for pretty much everything here. Like, you might have trouble fitting it down into the fresher, but still. More room, more playability, and of course, more customization. Then we've got, I'm This is not a rip-off of The Expanse at all.
I've never seen that in my life.
No, never. Let's go down to deck 6, and oh yeah, this I can actually show this off because I've got it here. So let me switch cameras real quick to the close-up. Here we've got the new ladder wells, and actually the floor, it doesn't use any clips, it actually uses plugs instead, but that is in part to facilitate this airlock door, so you can actually slide it now into place. Sorry about the lighting, it's a bit hard to see. And then that clips down on top. So prints is a separate piece, and also the ladder well is a two-parter, so it makes it a lot easier to paint the interior of that.
You do. I remember that piece.
Yes. Already John's sitting there going like, I'm going to have to convert so much more than I thought I would have to convert for this. But not yet.
Don't you try to read my mind, sir. It's filled with the theme song to Winnie the Pooh.
I can't think of that. All I can think of is like the Tigger song for some reason. So we have like your sort of NCO bunk in there. They ironically have one of the biggest rooms. You get your fresher shower situation. I guess the toilet folds into the wall. The captain's version, however, has a separate shower. And you got the little desk still there in this little nook. So it's not quite as large as it was, but again, the floor space is designed to let people through and use GridForge. Cargo bay area. Oh, and these new doors too, I really like how they came out. Cargo bay area. There's still going to be a combination of OpenLock and GridForge, mostly because GridForge is made for full tiles. So that's why we have OpenLock conversion clips for these scenarios where you need to build things connected together. And there's not much changed on those decks aside from the fact that it's very colorful now. This has changed though. The end of the lift, I've just made a little bit of detail on the floor for where the lift would land. And then you've got your second lift shaft, which takes you down into the engineering room, which uses the sort of updated models that we've advanced over the years. I really love the color scheme and how it's coming out. And then the beneath that you have ye-old power plant. So this has changed a little bit because if you recall, I think our biggest support issue has been these floors here, where I think it's come up 3 or 4 times that they're just too thin, and that has been changed. They're being thickened up. And then finally, on the lowest deck, these brand new engines, which is still compatible with the light kit if you happen to own one, but are vastly more detailed, print friendly, and I really love the look of them. And then that's going to help establish, like, I don't know, you want to see the workshop of what I'm working on? Let's see, I think I need to turn these back on. Oh, there's nothing there.
So wonderful to watch numbers go up. It's my favorite game to watch, to play.
So, this is just a sketch, but like working on a second ship. Got 6 smaller engines instead. So we'll see how it goes. Obviously this was before I changed some of the parts, and it's only just an idea at this point in time. But the idea is to have a new ship and I'm going to have playability in mind, because one of the issues with the tail sitters is there are a lot of decks that you have to stack out, but when you do stack them out, they're quite narrow and small. It does make them quite manageable on the tabletop, but yeah, it I don't know. We'll have to see how this goes, but I really want to make the bottom stable so it just sits by itself. Anyway, that's just a preview. Sorry for that detour. Let's pay attention to GridForge now.
Why don't we talk about the GridForge milestones? What they keep changing the word. It's something.
It's milestones here, yeah.
Yeah, that's what they. When you add it, it adds itself as milestones. So I think I can change the word, but I'm not going to.
Yes, indeed. So, we'll just have to wait and see how this performs. The first milestone is at 2000. I don't know why this didn't update, because I think we're quite a lot closer than 1935.
The updater's wrong because it says we only have 11 pioneers and 579 raised, but even that number's not right.
Yeah, I refreshed now and it says 1300 left, so I'm guessing that this updates. Yeah, okay, who knows? Who knows? Nothing makes sense. Want to see what I'm working on? Zut. That's Sugar saying that. Oh, I've closed your bloody window again. Sorry, John.
It's okay. I don't mind being gray.
All right, I'm not going to talk for everyone in this one because it's I wouldn't call it a soft launch, but it's a non-standard stream, I guess.
Yeah.
But why don't we just look at some of the more recent stuff? I'm going to turn my grid off so it's a bit easy to see. And yeah, I don't have any lighting in here, but I did some experiments with these tiles. Actually, John, you were the one that said only do a single layer for these tiles.
Yeah.
And it came out quite well. I'll get to the close-up and see if this is visible. So it came out decent, but I don't like the smaller little triangles, and I was going to work on the pattern to try and get it to work better. Here's the other one. So yeah, if I can change the pattern so that the triangles end up being twice the size of the smallest ones, I think we will have something that we could use as one of those milestones, because we do plan to release quite a few different new tiles, and each new tile, we do have a number of older ones planned, but we're focusing primarily on tiles that we can mass produce. So rather than, like, say, engineering tiles where we have those warning strips and, you know, corners can't be repeated, corridors can't be repeated except in certain ways and whatnot, we will eventually get to probably converting them. But for the moment, we kind of just want to make generic tiles that are very repeatable. And I was just doing some sort of more 40k-ish options. I think maybe I overdid the bolts on this one. So we'll see what makes it to the final form. But yeah, I was just... Well, you can do that stuff on a script. I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, and I'm not sharing my screen again. That was silly.
Yeah, we're just looking at you. You're so beautiful.
I've been told that. I'm skeptical.
You could actually improve the triangle pattern if you allow the smaller triangles to directly connect in with the main base mesh of the border. So where the perimeter slicer does slightly differently for those, and only those. Just food for thought.
In this pattern, yes, that would make all the difference. But again, I kind of just want to move it over so that this triangle, and it's going to take you a little while to update, would be on the side. And I don't think it'll be that apparent of an issue. I was also looking at scaling it up even just a little bit more. But it is kind of tricky, because the tiles need to look repeatable and to make sense as well. So where the edges are don't necessarily make sense with the pattern, if that makes sense. Like if you wanted the pattern to be fully repeatable, this edge would have to be about here, and that would create much wider borders, which might not look that bad, but you know. So this pattern here is about trying to figure out what could fit in with that as well.
All it takes is maths with an S.
On the future Sleipnir project, bigger or smaller? Well, I mean, I don't know. Probably not bigger, but with stretch goals to make it bigger. The thing with the tail sitters is you can literally just keep stacking decks. So I kind of wanted to make a wider deck. So if you want to stack it more, you can, but you can actually do more with the interior. Not to mention, like, another thing about GridForge, which is great, is it actually increases the stability of the decks.
Oh, yeah.
Because whilst you can, like, let's say this is an open log tile, right? And you've got a bunch of these plugged into each other, or even worse, like a 1x1 tile, and you're trying to fill a 4x4 area. You get the open log tiles together in that manner, you're going to have a number of issues, ranging from that they're just going to be uneven because of the differences in, you know, you might be printing them on different printers, there's different tolerances, whatnot. The open log squares are exactly 25.4 millimeters. The GridForge ones are made to have some tolerances. So, and not to mention the fact that you're just going to get some differences when, for example, one open log tile is built to print on its side, another one is built to print on its belly, and, you know, that creates variance just from orientation. But when you're only dealing with the top areas, and you've got the frame in place, that means that you're benefiting from a 4x4 square base. And when it comes to decks that you want to lift off, that actually helps a lot to keep things from drooping. Not to mention the fact that I think too, the tension is better when you've got the smaller supporting clips. For connecting things together. I don't know, there's just something about the open lock clips, they're quite, they create quite a lot of tension between the parts. And
supporting clips have the extra little belt buckle interior piece, which is a relief, which helps make it to once they're snapped together, they're not so hard to unsnap. That was something I took from a patent that's expired a long time ago from how they make the plastic locking connectors.
Yes, indeed. Very, John's very clever with that sort of thing.
I'm also a great blob, but that's okay.
Yeah, so that is one thing. The other cool thing is you can actually simulate a fog of war situation. And that's what John did when we were playing this adventure, because we could see, like, you could either lay out and put the rooms in when you want to use that, or you could just leave the frame, which simulates having an idea about what's there, but not the contents. So you leave the grid in place, and then as someone opens a door, the game master then just puts the pieces in, and any enemies or treasures or whatever you might imagine. So you can actually solve one of the issues of having a physical map where you kind of are forced to reveal parts of it ahead of time. So it could be kind of like, you know, having a game map where you've got a general idea about what's going on, but you're filling in the details as you go. So there's no chance for a Donager pulsar. The Donager is 450 meters long. No, we're not going to do a ship that big.
Hey, look, just be more like Shergal. Shergal made his own lab ship. way too big for us to make.
Yes. So that's one of the benefits. But I mean, if you want the whole, no, no Donager, no Donager.
If we hit $1 million, we'll make a Donager.
What? Officially license it? Do you know how big a Donager is?
Well, you're making it, so it's not my problem.
We
just got to hit $1 million on this GridForge campaign, and we will make a Donager. Ben will. I'll just sit back and sip.
John, it would be 9 meters long at 28mm.
You could afford the new bamboo printers coming out that makes even bigger parts.
9 meters.
That's fine. We can kick out some people in the office to make room.
We would have to take out... Even if we took out the wall, it wouldn't be enough.
It'll be fine. No one needs to walk in the hallway anymore. How wide is it?
I mean, at 9 meters, we could put our office inside the Donager. 7.6 meters. Oh, sorry, I was rounding it down because I know that the I was measuring it in chimeras and I forgot it's 54 meters, not 50, and also that's 90 centimeters, not 1 meter.
No, I agree with whatever this person names. That would be compensating.
Nice callback. Nice callback. I don't know, John. I was thinking about playing with this tile, but to be perfectly honest, I'm getting a bit exhausted. We have been a little bit stressed this week getting this out. And if you're wondering why we launched today later, it was in part because we ran out of time.
It was my fault. I want to take all the blame. Okay, I want to explain something to you guys. I knew this was coming. I agreed to move the date up. And then terrible things happened, both for Ben and for me. The good news is at least it was separate times. That way we still both could work. And then it made everything. So when I knew things were really anemic, and when I first showed Ben what people get, he was like, he wrote back, nah. NAH.
Nah.
And he said, I wouldn't pay. He says, I wouldn't even pay $20 for this. So we went yesterday, and yesterday we spent time making a bunch of new tiles. We went through and got some remixes from Shergal. We really improved the value, and we thank you for that extra time, because it was way too anemic. I made it to where like the milestones were like 1,000, 1K, so there'd be more unlocks. And like, oh yeah, but we'll get this stuff later. But we really put in the candles burning at both ends, which is my candle making father says that's how you should burn candles. But that might be.
Well, how do you do that then? Do you actually turn it on its side?
Yes, naturally.
Man. Design Donny, print Donny, move studio into printed Donny. I mean, I have talked about like changing out my door for something more sci-fi, but this would be a little bit extreme. And actually,
it would be so cool.
It would
to make a blast door from Second Dynasty blast door. Okay, please tell Albin about this. I want Albin to test this.
I think Albin's watching the stream, right?
Yeah, Albin. I'm talking to Albin right now. Put alcohol in the resin and put it in the airbrush. Mix it well before you put it in the airbrush, and then spray the part with the resin with alcohol, and it will fill the gaps of the FDM printed parts and make them look like resin.
I think he's in the dungeon.
Oh.
Yeah. Sorry. Maybe he'll watch this back. Oh, by the way, guys, Albin's stream was wonderful on Friday. Hunter's has been repeat. I didn't actually see the start of it. I only came home for the last 5 minutes.
No, the start was the best part.
That's what I heard. Yeah, and the funny thing too is it's like, oh, I can hear an echo, and then he takes off the headphones and does it. Anyway, yes.
We love
hilarity ensued.
When's Lisa gonna run a stream?
That's a good question. I don't know that Lisa wants to run a stream. Maybe she does.
I would love to run a stream. That was her. That wasn't me. That was her.
John just made a voice of you saying, I want to run a stream. Anyway, yeah, so I think too, we have plans to just put up as add-ons these two ships that are being shown here, the Lamprey and, well, the other one's not a ship, it's a power loader. But just in case people are looking at the graphics of what we've put in, the idea is that whatever we show here should eventually be available. Is that floor tile actually used? Now that I think about it, the one in the corridor?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. See,
It's the the one you're looking at. That was a test part, and it had print errors.
Yes,
so
it
it was redesigned to work without. It had been changed a little bit, so the design's slightly different, but it is.
John, what are you talking about? That's intentional battle damage.
Sure.
It was fun. It is the contents of the crate available?
No, the crate's not even available. We never made the crate available. It was a fast hack job.
But the crate could be a special thing. Maybe we can give the crate as is to our friends of Benjamin, and for obvious reasons.
Yes. Absolutely, we can. They love the friends of Benjamin love all the stuff we keep giving them. They just keep saying more, and we will give you more. This is my promise to you at Second Dynasty. If we hit 2 million, Benjamin becomes real.
Wait, do we actually have this vending machine in the chairs ready to go?
Yeah, it's already included.
Oh, I'm guessing that's from Shergel then.
Yes, it's a remix from Shergel.
Thank you, Shergel, MVP.
He's listed on the bottom in our team section now.
Yeah,
as a remixer.
A remixer.
Well, I didn't know what to put because he didn't.
No, that's great, Tyler. I think that's incredibly appropriate.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, shout out to Shergel.
Mm-hmm.
The Calendula. I love that name. Calendula.
I read it as calendula, like it's a body part, or an organ.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, feel free to feel that way. I'm gonna get a bit silly, guys. I'm going to wind things down. I think we'll get back to you guys on Friday, maybe with a little bit more energy. Got to get the energy up again, right, John?
Oh, I won't. I'm gonna just be in the chat, so I don't have to wear my happiness shirt.
So yeah, we'll get back to doing some more tiles and things in the coming days. We also have to get back to getting out the 5th Frontier War before Christmas. Yeah, that's going to be fun. The idea is that we're going to get what we have ready for you guys before Christmas.
Woo! We just hit over 1,000 now. You can't see it. It's on the. I have to manually pop it in.
Refresh, yeah. Oh, I see 1100.
No, refresh doesn't work. You have to go. Oh, you see it now?
Yeah.
Because I was doing. It's actually more than that. It's like 1,300 right now. It's actually 13. The refresh is wrong. It's always slightly wrong.
MyMiniFactory. I just winked, John.
Oh, I don't look at you when. Oh, I can try to wink. There, that's the best I can do.
Wow.
It's an absolute joy. I'm looking forward to seeing how GridForge grows. And hey, this is not our only GridForge campaign, unless it goes really badly. This is not our only GridForge campaign. There will be future ones that are more planned and less stressed than this one, with all the files pre-done.
Oh, and maybe one last thing, because people have been asking, oh, is this going to replace the open lock? It's like, no. Almost all of this stuff exists. A lot of this is remixes of our existing stuff. One of the main changes that we've made is that we've redesigned certain tiles to print flat, because we have preferred printing on the side for greater detail. I'm inclined to want to use it more often for floors, but it doesn't replace walls, for example. It still can't do certain things. and we only have plans at the moment to support just regular squares. So anything that's filling any other nook and cranny requires a custom part. Like I said, there are conversion clips for OpenLock. All of our ships anyway end up being quite custom in design to get things to fit in. I don't think, aside from maybe the Chimera series, most of the ships we've done still require a fair amount of custom parts. So that will be one of the benefits of what we do in February, because the ship will, like the Sleipnir, be somewhat customizable. And having more deck space to work with is what's going to aid that quite considerably. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for supporting us, for checking this out. Sorry about the Discord of the stream, but that seems to be a trend here at Second Dynasty. We'll be back on Friday with a new stream. We've got to keep our record up. So yeah, have a great one, everyone, and we will see you then. Bye!